Hey everybody, it is time for today's plank story. So if you want to pick a move, I hope you'll join me. I hear now and again, like from people, oh, I love listening to your stories, but I never do plank. Well, again, if plank's not for you, you can do another movement. The other day, for the first time, someone did tell me they held plank for my stories, though. So I hope you do pick a movement. Let's get the clock on. Here we go. All right. This is not one of my best moments, but I am terrified of birds. I think they're cool. I think they're interesting, but I'm scared of them, and I've been attacked by a bird multiple times. So years ago, when I first moved to Wethersfield, I got a part-time job at the Eleanor Buckwolf Nature Center. And now I wasn't hired to work with the animals. I was hired to do educational programming. And there was someone else who worked with the animals. But one night I was leaving, and I was the last person to leave, and they had this African gray parrot named Thomas. And he always got put in his cage at night, and I realized no one had put him in his cage. He was outside, like in the office, but outside of his cage on a perch. And I was like, oh, it would be responsible to put him in his cage. I know that's where he belongs and he'd be the safest, but I am afraid of birds. And they had told me that at one time he had climbed up onto somebody's shoulder, and which birds will do, they'll climb to the higher point, and he had bit on somebody's ear and wouldn't let go. And so I was already afraid of Thomas because he was a bird, and now he was a bird that I'd heard had in one instance bit someone's ear. So I come up to his perch and I put my hand out, and he gets on my hand and he starts coming up my arm. And as he does, I panic and I drop my arm, and now he falls on the ground. And now I feel awful because I'm like, this is worse situation. His wings were clipped. He's like kind of fluttering around. He's scared. I should have just left him on the perch. He would have been fine. And now I can't leave him like this. I have to solve the problem. So I get up the courage to go back to him. He actually gets on my arm again, starts coming up, and I panic and kind of drop him again. And I was like, you're the human here. Like, I can't let this keep happening. And now I have to solve it. And now he's like hiding under a desk and doesn't want anything to do with me. And I am petrified, but no, I have to solve the problem. So I got a paper bag and I cut 2 eye holes so that my ears were covered. And I found like oven mitts, and I put on the oven mitts, and I come at this bird who must have been just like, what is wrong with this woman? And I like carefully picked him up and put him in his cage. So I did get him where he needed to be, but it was not a good evening for either one of us. And again, not one of my proudest moments. So that's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Keep me away from your birds. Just an irrational fear to some degree. Again, they have come after me a few times. I think they know I'm afraid. Anyway, I hope that did give you a good chuckle. If you haven't been to the Wethersfield Nature Center, it's a great little place, and they have some great animals. So worth checking out. Anyway, have a great day, and as always, keep moving. And let me know if you did plank.